Hello, everybody, and welcome to... What? Did my voice just crack? I think my voice just cracked. Well, you know, there's a time in every older gentleman's life that some changes will occur to your body, and that was crazy. I guess I haven't actually talked very much yet this morning. It's pretty early. My family is either sleeping or at the park, so I have the house to myself. So I thought, hey, you know what? Let's get on and do some playing. And I thought, I miss my friends and I want to talk. And I've not recorded an episode of Vasten in almost a week, which is for me long. That's a long time since I haven't recorded from here. And I've been playing a little bit, but honestly, my life has been really, really busy. So we just got out of 4th of July weekend. Well, week. I think it was on a Wednesday this year, but 4th of July week as a musician, which is, if you don't know, that's my full-time job. I'm a full-time musician. So, as a musician, holiday weeks are generally super busy with stuff. So, I had, you know, the weekend, and then we had like July 3rd gig, July 4th gig, July 5th gig, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're in the middle of another weekend. So, yeah, so I've been working a lot this week, which is great. There's the old saying for freelance musicians, if you ever want to make a musician really angry, give them a gig. That's not quite the saying, but the PG version or the G version for my channel here. Anyway, if you want to make a musician upset, give them a gig, because what we do is we take the gig and then we complain about it constantly. So I try to not complain about work, because work is good to have, you know, whenever you're a freelance person, which... any of us who are doing this YouTube thing, even as a very extremely part-time venture, I think we understand what it is like to be a freelance sort of individual. You know, you are in charge of your own hours, of your own work regiment, of your own, outcome. You know, you are in charge. I think I'm going to come out one. Let's come out one. We're up above everything else, right? Yeah, we are. Let's go out one right here. I'm going to talk about building here soon. But, you know, I've been thinking about something, and I've been thinking about something dealing with both YouTube and freelance jobs and that kind of stuff. And I thought that maybe this would be a good time and a good day to discuss it, because I am still continuing to work on this middle tower, and I'm running out of sandstone actually for the first time in quite a while. So I'm gonna have to go down underneath here and just mine up a whole bunch of sandstone, which is going to be great, because that's going to work to the benefit of what am I trying to say? Of building basements into this building and stuff like that, which I want to do. But, you know, I think that the freelance, and if you don't know what freelance is, it's basically, it's something that Pride does. I know, as a freelance artist, it's something that I do as a freelance musician, and a lot of us do. It's basically where you don't punch a clock. You know, we don't punch a clock for any people. We choose what and when we do stuff. So, for example, someone calls me for a job, and I will look at my calendar, and then if I'm free, I'll take it. But I don't have to take it. You know, if I'm feeling lazy, I won't. Now, that never happens for me because of work ethic, and that is the big thing. Work ethic. And I see this now, you know, doing this sort of very extremely it's not even part-time because I don't make any money, this YouTube pastime. I see work ethic as by far the #1 thing that stops people, and I'm talking small channels that maybe could potentially have the ability to become a bigger channel. This is weird, huh? What is this? I don't know what that is. I'm just gonna get rid of that. It's like the only one. Small channels that I think have the ability, due to either personality or due to just building skill or redstone skill or whatever it is, of getting big, and then, but there's no work ethic. And you know, there's something about this. Here's the thing. Whenever I'm out playing a job, inevitably, and I'm talking nearly every gig, this happens. Someone will say, wow, you're so lucky you get to just play with your friends for a living and you know, just play and have fun. And there's some truth to that. For sure. There's some real truth to that. But they're missing a part. And the part is that it is absolutely work. And I'm not saying it's as hard as digging ditches or something, like that. It's not. It's different. But it's not just playing with my friends, because believe me, if I'm just playing with my friends, there are nights, as much as I love those guys and girls, there are nights that I would much rather just go home, or I don't want to play whatever it is, some, Beyonce song. I'm a trumpet player, so that stuff's great, but maybe on the trumpet, maybe not as much as you might think. So, there are some times I don't want to go play a Beyonce song for the 100,000th time in my life. So that's where it is work. It certainly is work. It's like, there are times I don't want to do the little horn step move or something, or I don't feel like smiling and looking like I'm having fun. But that is the work part, and maybe it's kind of disingenuous, maybe it's kind of acting, I don't know, sure, maybe. But I was watching a band not long ago play, and I'm telling you, those guys up there on stage could not possibly have looked more bored if they tried. They looked like they were just going through the motions. And when I closed my eyes and I listened, it sounded fantastic. I mean, it sounded great. But then you open your eyes and you looked, and they were so bored, and they're just playing whatever that song is for the 1,000th time, this year. And I get that, but there's part of selling it. There's part of selling it that is hard, and that is certainly work. Whatever you're doing, work ethic comes in. If you're doing schoolwork, you can do the bare minimum, or you can do more than that. And the people that do more than that are the ones that build amazing careers, build amazing lives for them and later on their families. I don't know what it's like, to be honest, to go out in the real world. Let's go out one more. I think that would be kind of a cool look, actually. Kind of expand this out. I don't know what a 9-to-5 job is like. I've never had one. I've only ever been a musician. I've been very fortunate in my life to make a living, to make enough money as a full-time musician that I didn't need to sort of do like retail or something like that. So I don't know what it's like, honestly. But I can only assume that there's a lot of people who do those jobs that punch the clock. Just put in just what you need to get by. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But in the end, those people that do that is going to be as far as they get. I think the people that do more than that come up with plans to make things more efficient or better are the ones that all of a sudden, like when a manager spot opens, I gotta assume that those are the people that are looked at. And I'm not, of course, there's going to be politics, there's going to be favorites. Yes, that's unavoidable. But if you're not doing that, you're not going to be the one in position for that thing. I know at school, when I was in school, in music school, there were a lot of people that just did the absolute minimum it takes to get by, to get through it. And, that works. You can do that. Did I go too much here? I think I did, right? Oh, boy. Okay. I'm glad I have my old gear again, because feather fallen boots, I would have been in real trouble on that if I didn't. I'd kind of like to take a look at this. Let's go take a look at this. 3. Before, and then I'll go to sleep. But I just want to see how the shape. Whoop, I'm stuck in a thing. I want to see how the shape looks before I go any further, because if it's bad, then it would be a great time to fix it. Pretty good, I think. Right? Yeah, I kind of like it getting bigger as it goes up. I think that's going to be kind of cool. And yeah, I know there's no detail yet. I'm just working the shape right now. But you can see how this palace is going to be. I think it's going to be really good. And in the middle, we're going to do some a glass roof. We're going to make a glass dome, I think. That should be hypothetically really cool. So let's. Okay. Let's go sleep and continue on. So okay. So what am I saying? So look, I'm saying when I was in music school, there were a lot of people that just they knew that if they just got through the classes, if they didn't, you don't have to practice. Here's a big truth. You don't have to practice to get through a lot of music schools, and I'm sure there are exceptions, certainly, but they're somewhat not. You know, like a lot of schools, you can just oh wow, this block lag is getting bad. Jerm is aware of it and going to work on it, but there's a little bit of block placement lag that makes this a little bit difficult right now to play. And these stairs are temporary. I don't even know why I'm building them too wide. Actually, that's kind of stupid. There were a lot of people that just did the minimum, and that's fine, and they got a job, and that's fine. And if that's the goal, then okay. But are those people great band directors, choir directors, general music teachers, whatever it is? I mean, this is my experience because I went to music school. I don't know. I don't know if they are. I've not seen many of them work, but I don't think so. You know, my gut tells me not so much. You know, I should have gotten more sandstone while I was down there. Let's just go now. If you do the minimum in life, you're gonna get the minimum rewards. That is the truth. And you know, there are times you want to pick your battles as well. You know, you don't always, I don't think, want to go in and do the absolute. You know, okay, look, if you're getting a music degree, maybe going in and studying so you get a 100 percentile in geometry, maybe a 90th percent would just be fine on something like that. You know, I'm not always saying you need to do the maximum, but when you pick what you want to do, whatever that is, that's where I think you need to do the maximum. If you want to be an artist, do the maximum amount of work that you can possibly to build that career for yourself and that life. I mean, it's amazing what you can accomplish if you go in with the attitude of not doing the minimum, of doing the maximum that you can do. It's unbelievable what I've seen. I've seen people with not very much talent, honestly, not very much predisposition to being a musician, who have built amazing careers. I mean, there are some famous people that I would lump in with that. That are not excessively talented people, but they've worked so hard. And there are people that just got really lucky too. You know, there's that. But you can't count on that. What you can count on is if you work really hard at what you're doing, whatever you're doing, whatever you want to do, then I think that your life will turn out the way you want it to turn out. Why doesn't this work? That's weird. Did I get that on the other side? I guess I didn't go that far. I better go check this out. Maybe this circle is different than that circle, and that's, I guess, that's something that can work out. You know, it's interesting doing this sort of YouTube pastime, which is the only way I can honestly refer to it, because it's not paying dividends of actual money, which is fine. It's fine. But I can't really call it. Yeah, okay, this didn't happen over here, so something's wrong. Something is wrong. What do we got here? 5. And then 3. Okay. And this should all be 5 and then 3. So this is 5 and then 3. Yeah. And then that's 2. 1, 1, 1. Okay, so 5 and then 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna have to check that from the outside, I think. That's weird. Well, I'll continue, and then whenever I run a sandstone, I'll go check that. Anyway, so whatever. Look, I didn't really intend this to be kind of a lecture, but I'm just saying, just work hard. That's all I'm saying. Just work hard at whatever you do. And whatever you do, I'm doing this YouTube thing for fun. I work really hard at it, and like, it's usually really fun, but sometimes it's not so much fun. Sometimes I'm doing something that I don't want to do. Digging the squid farm hole in Villagecraft comes to mind. Digging a big hole for me, not so much fun. You know, that's real grindy, and that's not, I like more of the creative side. I don't mind the creative grind as far as like maybe this, like placing these blocks, because I'm doing something that in my mind is going to be creative and cool. I think that doing something that is just a mechanical thing is not so great for me. I'm sure some people love it. Not me though. But you know, I just kept crushing because I wanted to be able to do the creative fun part, and I know that if I've decided that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it all the way. I'm going to destroy this thing. I'm going to crush it. This should be 3 wide. Maybe? I wonder if that's what's going on over there. I'm gonna want to check this, I think. You know, I strive, one thing, I strive really hard as a builder to not do symmetrical builds really hard. But, oh, this block lag is killing me. But this particular dome is sort of needs to be symmetrical, I guess. Anyway, that's it. That's the rant from me. So, I hope you enjoyed that life lessons with Fix little episode. Wow, that kind of got out of control. Listen, I'm going to continue building this up and work a little bit more on a couple of these things that I want to work on. Maybe plant some of the dome areas, and then I'll come back. Yeah, that's the plan today. I want to work this dome. It's going to be a glass dome, and it's not going to be an onion dome. That's what that's called. The other towers on the outside are all going to be onion domes, but this one is just going to be a kind of a flat-topped dome with a little bit of a design that I kind of have worked out for these. Because remember, there's the lore of the story here is that there's 3 brothers that run my district. Yeah, this will be okay. Yeah, 3 brothers that run the district, and this is gonna be such a pain because I can just not reach it by 1 block. So I need to build basically a throne room sort of situation where there's 3 sides, and I would write some lore in that as well. Somehow, I want to come up with something that's going to sort of make the whole thing sound a little bit interesting. But I think what we probably need to do is do something along these lines, as far as just making a platform so that I can walk up here and not fall. Okay, I'll be back. All right, well, let's take a look, shall we? I've done a lot of building, a lot of smelting, a lot of harvesting in the meantime. I had a really long play session today. It was really great. It feels good. It's been a while since I've had like a solid 3 or 4 hour play session at one time, so that was really fun. Thank you, by the way, again, a second time. Thank you to whoever surprised me with the lapis gift, whoever that was. Who still hasn't fessed up, but thank you for that because I've used a lot of it. Not all, because 64 blocks, but quite a bit. And here's what I came up with. So I came up with the inner dome. It is huge. Huge. It's a lot of glass. Now, I cannot show you right now the storage facility. The storage facility has been overhauled. Pride did it, and it looks fantastic. It's so good. It's so awesome. But I can't show it because I don't know if that's going to be part of a video or not for them. So I want to sort of let that play out. But anyway, I've been utilizing it all morning. It's just been smelting and smelting and smelting. And I already had some compiled because I knew I was going to do a glass dome of some sort. And yeah, let's take a look at it. I think it's pretty good. Now, the inside is obviously, maybe not obviously. I haven't touched it at all because the inner part of the dome is, well, right now it's a lot of scaffolding and stuff just to get up there. But yeah, you can see, I think it's a really good look from down here. I detailed all of this. That was pretty quick. I've done this at this point so many times with the same sort of style. It's utilizing this is kind of my district's go-to style, where it's like the 2 blocks and the tiered and the stairs and all that kind of thing. But I think it's really turned out to be pretty nice. Let me give me a taste of this here. Now, yeah, I want to detail more. I want to detail more around here. The ledge of it is not that great, and you know, I use light blue because it stretches lapis twice as far. I mean, frankly, it's just a question of resources. If we had unlimited lapis, I probably would have used the dark blue glass or the regular blue, but you know, with using bone meal, we have a lot of, so I just snag some of that, and you get twice as much bang for your buck that way. So I figured with how many of these onion domes I want to build, this is probably the best way. But you know what? I think it's pretty good. But again, I want to say thank you to whoever did all the lapis farming for me, because that really saved just a ton of time. But you know what? It's amazing. But filling up that inner part here, let me give you the overview. I know it's dark and raining. I shouldn't be doing this now, but look at this. Basically, the palace layout is basically done now. So all that really remains to be done now at this point is going to be well, the onion domes, and then just start detailing the crap out of it. So it's coming along. So those of you who wanted a palace, cool. There's your palace. It's getting there. All right. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I really do always appreciate it, and I will see you next time.